Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bad news today. Tons of lenders are putting up interest rates. What does that mean for us as investors? What does that mean for us as homeowners? What should we be doing right now? Because this is not looking great at the moment. And there's a reason for that, which I'm going to go into why they've all suddenly put their rates up and what you can do about it to protect yourself if you've got a remortgage coming up in 2024. Now, before we jump into this, as always, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. We just hit 20,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. And while you're here, hit that like button or tickle the like button and share this video. People need to see what's going on. You probably know someone right now that is looking at a new interest rate. This channel could really help them out and get them on the right track. So big lenders this weekend have started putting up rates, or this week have started putting up rates. And that's not a good sign. That isn't a good sign. And the reason primarily, which John Charcoal are saying, which is one of the largest mortgage brokers in the UK, they're saying that a lot of these companies have just been flooded with applications, and there's actually not much use being the cheapest at that stage if you can't cope with the level of work that you've got on at that time. Also, there's things like swap rates have gone up. The inflation that we were hoping would drop hasn't gone down as quickly as it was liked, but there's good news on the horizon on that side, because a lot of the inflation stuff is being hit because of energy costs. Well, here's the good news. Energy costs, the price cap on energy is expected to be lowered by around 14% tomorrow, as in Friday, which is going to save people around £200 or £300 a year, which is really good, positive news. That's going to make a lot of improvement for a lot of people. But we're talking interest rates. So let's look at two lenders here, big lenders that have put their rates up this week. And that is Santander. Now, they've increased their rates by just over 0.25%. 0.34%. This is on buy-to-let residential mortgages as well. And they were, because we do a weekly roundup now, if you're not a subscriber on this channel, we do a weekly roundup on rates. They were one of the cheapest last week. And so probably what John Charcoal is saying makes sense. They probably have got a lot of inquiries in and they're filtering through those, and they'll do business with those people. And those people that applied last week will get the rate that was agreed last week. So that's all good for them. And that's how businesses work, right? They need marketing, and being the cheapest on the comparison sites and with the brokers will get you an influx of leads, as it probably has done here for Santander. Who else has put their rates up? Another big lender, one of the big boys, HSBC. Now, they haven't gone up as much, but every little bit makes a difference, and it's moving in the wrong direction again. December and January was so good for us, and that got the market moving again. We had rate drops from everybody pretty much. I had applications that I was doing some refinances with, some deals that had come to an end. I wasn't doing any additional borrowing, but I just wanted to get a fairly decent rate. And as I was going through those applications, better rates came out and I got moved on to a cheaper rate. That was what was happening in December and January. Not now. It's not like that in the market today. And what I think is going to happen is now you'll see somebody else will have taken the slot of these guys. Barclays, in fact, in yesterday's video that I made, if you want to see what the best rates are for HMOs, buy-to-lets in your personal name, buy-to-lets in a company name, and residential mortgages, go back and watch yesterday's video. In that, we saw Barclays were actually one of the best priced mortgages at the moment. So they jumped into the slot that Santander and HSBC had. I haven't seen Barclays in that slot for a while. Normally on buy-to-lets, I always see the Mortgage Works is one of the better lenders out there. That's a nationwide brand. And they've let Barclays take that slot temporarily. I'm sure they'll have some look at negotiating a better rate and moving back into that slot at some point, because Mortgage Works is always one of the cheaper lenders. So look, what this means is that if you are remortgaging at the moment, or considering it, or it's happening to you in the next 6 months, here's what I would recommend that you do. You can fix the rate today. You can go to the lender. They know you're in it. This is with your existing lender. You really need to do this. And you can go to your existing lender and say, look, I want to get my new deal with you guys. It's not for 6 months. Let's get the deal agreed today. Now, you'll then get the rate locked in for you, and you'll get that when you finish your current deal in 6 months. So your current deal is probably better than what you're going to end up on. So you'll still get that benefit for 6 months. Then when that finishes, you'll jump onto this new rate. Now, what this does is it protects you in case rates go up again. Inflation seems to be fairly volatile. Look, we know it's going to be likely going down because the energy costs are going down significantly. That's going to make a big difference to a ton of people very soon. So that's really good news. But why not fix it 6 months ahead? And then if the market does improve, before you move on to that new rate, you just swap. You just move on to the better rate. That's the good side. But you don't get the negative if the rates do go up. What I've said this year is the Bank of England are going to cut interest rates. The Federal Reserve are going to cut interest rates. That is pretty much nailed on. It's just, is that going to happen in March or May? That's what we're waiting to see. Probably looking more likely May now, unless the next inflation data is absolutely smashed down to 2 point something percent. So look, that's likely to happen. But what I have said in all my videos is that I feel that even with downward pressure on the base rates, I don't think the banks are going to pass all of that on to you. The reason December and January they dropped those rates to you was because the rate that they borrowed at, the swap rate, dropped because inflation data was looking better at that point. But what also was the main driver in that is the business was down for them. It was 20% down in 2023, as in transactions. There was less deals to be had, so they were fighting for our business. What's also happened in January, just gone, this year, is that lots of business has started to happen. 14% more transactions than 2019. So forget about the pandemic, forget about all the difficult times that we had. We're 14% busier this January than we were in 2019. And 2019 was a fairly decent year. So look, that's what we've got to look at in all of this stuff, is protecting ourselves. So my advice from this video that you can pass on to your friends and family is get your deals secured now if you're going to refinance this year. And if a better deal comes up in that time, you'll also be able to move on to that. But this is not good news. This is not good news. And I think that lenders temporarily, until the Bank of England start moving, could put rates back up. Not massively, maybe 0.5%. But who wants to pay that? Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, share it with your friends, as I said. And if you haven't joined the fundamentals of property investing, now's the time to learn this stuff. The market is on a slight downward trend. It could go down even more. And that's when you want to buy property, when you get it at a discount. So the fundamentals of property investing, I help you find properties, how to negotiate properties, which strategy you should use on that property, how to get investors on board, and all of that stuff for less than £50. So I'm going to link that in the description. Go and grab your copy of that today. Check out all the other content on my channel. Nearly got 800 videos now. Go and watch this video right here.